Good. Oh, we're recording. Hi. Good evening. Welcome to Sunday night. I've missed everybody. I've had all these things, and we didn't have a call last week because of the holiday. And then, hello. Where's our fellow Canadians at? Canadians, get on the call. Note to self for next time. We have a couple of things. So recognition really quick. She's not on the line right now, and I think she's gonna be probably just getting on late or jump on later. So we'll have to recognize her when she gets on. We have a new supervisor. So Trish is a new supervisor. So super congrats. Awesome. She came to Extravaganza on a whim last year because I kind of had been seeking her out for quite some time because I knew that she had it in her to kind of do what we all do and help others and stuff like that, and her results were amazing. So I had asked her literally that day of Extravaganza, and I was like, so I really think you should be here. So luckily it was in St. Louis at that time last year, and she drove up and stayed with us in the hotel for 2 nights, and which was super cool. So we got to really game plan. And then her lifestyle changed when she left her job because it was a crazy mess. And so her and her hubs have been doing their thing with the bakery and getting all that taken care of, and working with her clients and teaching some classes in and out of the factories, both of them. So huge congrats. Recording, I hope she gets to watch this beginning part. So huge congrats to her. It's been a long time coming to really work her way up and be there. So super congrats to her. And then going into this month, so we usually will talk goals and we usually go over certain things. I'm one, so I get really good at doing specific things within Herbalife, and then they become such a routine that I tend to not do the most important part, but I'm doing it. I don't know if that makes sense, and I'm going to explain that. Is we get really good at tracking, right? So I get really, really good at tracking numbers, and honestly, I stopped webbing, and here's the reason why. I stopped webbing because I started to have so many clients and so many people that it became really hard. So I kind of just started keeping track, and things shifted because I started seeing everybody, right? So other than my clients that are like out of state, if they're in a different state, or if I don't see them, I communicate with them on a weekly basis. I do have that list. I have a list of like my clients that order on a monthly basis. So I web, but I don't draw my web right now. So I have a list is how I go about it right now, because we as a team have grown so much that it's really hard to track. So I'm working on a routine with myself right now on how to be able to simplify things a little easier on my end. And I'm a drawer. I have to write it out. I can't, for my tech friends, they love the tech things. Erica, Peaches, they're all tech and they like the whole spreadsheet thing. Me, you want to know? I'm going to show you right here. This is what I do. This is what I'm doing. I just did this today. And so here's what I'm going to do. I have 3 boards. I'm a dry erase board. So how I will do this, new way of tracking. So going into your goals, we're going to talk goals. We're going to go over some things we want to accomplish and all this fun stuff. So I want to let you all know, here is one thing I'm going to be working on personally this month. Juanita and I, we've done these things where we track all these different things, and then we get off the tracking, and then we track things, and then we get off the tracking. And so what's going to happen is that when we ask you, and when we get asked, hey, well, what was the growth of your volume like last year at this time? And we're like, I don't remember. So this is why we say like tracking your stuff is really important. Like keeping track of your clientele, doing those webs. I still have all of my webs for 3 years. I just haven't webbed in the past year for the sake of that the team has grown so much that I've had to create a new system for myself that I can better simplify for me, and that's something that'll work for me personally. Okay, so I still I have every single web is in a binder. I am organized. I will give myself this one. I am very organized, so I know where all my webs are, and I know exactly who my clients were, and I can go back to those webs. The majority of them are still clients, but some of them fall off. It's part of Herbalife. It's part of it's just part of what we do. You know, some people just fall off the grid and you never hear from them again. And then they come out of the blue in 2 years and they're like, oh my God, I got to get back on track. It's what it is. It happens. It's part of our lives. You can't let it get to you, whatever the case is. So I have a board in my back room. I just finally re-cleaned my whole back room, threw out 6 bags of winter clothes down into my basement, and finally have purged some things to where I can finally oh, okay, well, now we can write things out. So I have a whole board back there that I'll be using to write out to-do lists on a daily basis. Here's where the team's at. Here's where we are tracking for the vacations. Who's tracking for what? Where are you guys at for your next level in the marketing plan? So that board's going to be kind of like my brain board, where it's all this up here is just going to be vomited all over that board, so I can just keep track of things because I do it in my calendar. So outside of my calendar, it'll be on my big board, so I can visually see it. It's kind of like when we do our dream boards in a similar sense. So it's on my board. I see it every single morning when I go in and I change and I get done, and I can see, okay, this is where the team's at. This is where I'm at. This is where we need to be. This is where who wants to be where and what. This is kind of like my to-do board of everything. So in that sense, I challenge you this month, right? So my goal is to be tracking this. My goal is this, and I'm going to show you these boards and stuff like that in a second. But my goal for you is, and my challenge is to find something that you can look at on a daily basis so you know where your goals are. It could be, and I have it on the bigger board down here, so I have 3 boards. That's a small, medium, and a large, okay? And my medium board here still has eat 6 times a day, right? It still has on there how many new clients I still want to get. I still every month go into the month, I want to get 10 new frontline clients, 10 new clients, 10 new clients, 10 new clients. Last month I only had 5. So my goal is still 10 new clients, 10 new clients, right? So that is my minimum goal every single month. And some of you that are still half, part-time and kind of do this in and out, and you're like wishy-washy and, oh my God, I get all these no's and blah, 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 all the life things that happen, you still can't give up, because guess what? There's still more people in the world, and there's still more people that you could talk to, and there's still more people that are in your circle of influence that you cannot get through to go talk to, because there's a barrier there that's stopping you. Right? So my challenge to you is to figure that out and get very acquainted with, here are my goals for the month. Don't just write them out. Mine are usually written in my calendar. But to visualize it and put it out there and be very clear on a daily basis, here's what it is. Okay? So I have, and I'm going to show you. So this one here is going to be my daily tracking, because it's going to be okay, who is where when? Did I get a frontline? It's no worries. I got you. So this board, and I'm specifying on these, okay? So this board has my goals. I'm going to turn this here. I'm going to try and turn this. So it's got goals are 10 new clients, 5 new frontline PMs, which means any client that had ordered last month or within the month, maybe I missed them. Maybe they ordered and I forgot to give them the information on signing up as a preferred member or a discounted client to our Canadians. So my job now is to go back at those clients and be okay, who has ordered at least 1 or twice or maybe a couple times that I know that could benefit. Definitely anyone can benefit from a discount. So who do I need to contact that has ordered at least 1 time to give them that preferred member information? Okay, so that's my goal too. So 5 new frontline personal preferred members, 1 new distributor, 10K minimum this month. That has been the goal. And you'll hear this once you become a supervisor. You'll hear a lot of people is once you hit 10K, the goal is to never go back. And I've been fortunate enough to, January was one of those learning months. We're just gonna go with that. January was a very, very big learning month for myself. And so that was the only month in probably 6 months that I've yet to hit 10K. And 10K means volume of my volume accumulated between preferred members and my distributors that are not supervisors and my personal clientele orders. Okay, so that's what that accumulates. Meaning I'm also working with client-wise. My client base with my preferred member, guys, my web is over 75 to 80 people on a monthly basis. So it varies too, because some people will order 1 month, but then they order and then they skip a month because, you know, it lasts 30 days. So that varies, and that's going to happen. So on track, we're on track to get 2 more new supervisors this upcoming month. One of them's on the line. Actually, we could potentially have 3. They could. We can't even say we could. I know we could have 3. So it just depends on where people want to go, because some people want to move faster than others. Okay, so we're on track for 2 new supervisors this month as a team. We're also going to be holding a local training here instead of traveling a bazillion hours to go to the next training here. 2 new senior consultants. Every day, 20 minutes personal development at minimum. I'm still getting my 6 meals a day and making sure that I schedule everything. And because of all the renovations that are going on at the club, so these are things that you got to make sure that you're structuring and you're scheduling in your system. Addison does gymnastics from this time to this time. What can I do to utilize my time during that? My kid's got this, my kid's got that. What can you do while your kid is doing something if it's not like, that doesn't need your full undivided attention, obviously. Okay. So if you go and if you work full time, okay, perfect. What can you do on your way to work? What can you utilize in that 30-minute lunch break that can benefit towards something on your goals that you have written down? Okay. Your goals could be to get 1 client. Like, it doesn't matter what it could be. Like, I know Beth's really new, and I know some of you are doing certain things, and we're getting ready to start a big challenge here in about less than a week and a half. Your goal could be have 10 new challengers in the upcoming challenge this month, which could potentially lead you into 500 volume points at the end of the month, right? So there's new things happening that you can create whatever goal. These are mine. Those are mine to work with. And then this here, outside of my goal tracking, so those every single day I will mark down. Have I gotten any of my senior consultants? Have I gotten a new distributor? Have I gotten this? Did I do my, it's kind of like my checkbox. That's that one. So I have to keep these all organized and separate for myself, so I know exactly what I'm looking at and I know exactly what to do, because we all know me and spreadsheets go along super. So in order to transfer my numbers to those that need them on spreadsheets, I'm going to be doing it this way. So back up, little one. So this one here is my smaller board. You can wait a second. Here's my smaller little calendar board. This every day. So, and when he's pretty much only one that can go along with this. We've gone in this mode of tracking our daily volume, our documented volume for those of us for documents, right? So US documented volume. And then our supervisor volume once you have your own supervisors. So this will not apply to you unless you have your own supervisors. But every single day, I have doc VP with every single day of what my volume is. So every morning, I go onto my website, I check my documented volume. For US, it's in the green, right? It'll be in the green. It'll say what the volume is, and I write it down. Okay, now some of you that do the spreadsheets, by all means, create your spreadsheet, do daily documented volumes. All you gotta do is write your volume in, but it's something you're gonna want to know. And I can speak for Peaches probably too, is that it's gonna be something that in next month, or when you're in cuts of moving up the marketing plan, we can game plan that out better. Right? We can help you gauge how far you are to the next marketing plan level that you want to achieve. Okay, that's just kind of a little stepping tool to kind of help us gauge it for you and with you. Okay, so by all means, create a way that's going to help you in your own way to track and to keep your goals aligned. Guys, extravaganza is next month. Next month, okay? So there's a lot of promotions, there's a lot of things, and a lot of, I haven't even announced it, but I have my own team thing that I'm doing for those that are going and not going, but my own extravaganza thing for for the team. But it's gonna be important to know, okay? So get into track. It's only the third day of the month. I had to think of what the date was there for a second. It's the third day of the month, okay? So think about, where are you at? Where do you want to be? I know I have some new soups and supervisors, right? Like, so your new soup and your goal, your first goal to hit moving forward is 2,500 volume points. Literally, that's working with, what do you think, Peaches? Maybe 15-ish, maybe 15 people. Okay, plus some preferred members. We could say about 15, and with some preferred members, it could vary, blah, 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 blah. But the US has a little, I know, I'm sorry, Canadians, I feel so bad, I'm so sorry. But we have a little high flyer program going on, right? If you accumulate 2,000 volume points in 2 months, you hit supervisor. It's a pretty sweet high flyer program. So those of you that aren't supervisors yet, Ruth and Beth and Amy and my other ones that are watching the recording, we have that high flyer program going on, where if you accumulate 2,000 volume points, no matter where you are in the marketing plan, you literally could be a brand new distributor, hit 2,000 volume points in 2 months total combined, and boom, you go from 25% discount to a 50% discount. It's crazy. And everything tastes better at 50%. We all can attest for that one, right? So go through, find your method of what's going to work for you. Write them down, and I want to post them. We're going to talk goals here in a sec. I know we won't take long tonight. I want to talk goals and stuff like that. And so I'll give everybody a chance to kind of say something here. But I really want to hear from you all. We've been crickets lately on the team page. I kind of want to try to get that more open with you all. I'm going to do my best too, to kind of put in there all the action. Like, what are we doing what are we doing for personal development? What are we doing for action? What are you doing to take action? Are you handing out invites? Are you messaging people while you're at work? Are you having face-to-face conversations? It could be a quick post, be like, hey, 5 conversations today, 5 invites today at the park. It could be something super simple. Went to the pool, did 2 invites, talked to a girl about the club. I gave a sample to a friend at work. It could be something super simple. It doesn't need to be some extravagant post. It doesn't have to be anything super crazy. So I really like to take that action, and I will be the first to jump in on that boat as well and do my best to also help out with that. So let's talk some goals. Let's talk some action. Let's talk some successes also from the previous month. I do want to hear from Peaches, because they had an awesome weekend, and I want to hear about your weekend, ma'am. So we'll hear from you. Yes, your training weekend. Your, what you call it? Oh, no. Maybe
Landmark?
Oh, yeah. I was like, should I have not said something? I was like, I got some funky big eyeballs.
It's like my birthday. My birthday was amazing.
Well, her birthday, yes. It was her birthday, yes. So we give happy birthday to you. But no, your Landmark weekend, they don't know what Landmark is. I don't think any of them do. Only you and I on this call have taken Landmark. So maybe give a small description of what Landmark is, and then kind of just give a takeaway.
So the first thing is, Landmark is something different to everybody. So I'm going to give you guys my perspective, my description, and just always really take it with listening ears, right? So anytime you guys are on any of these any call or any training or any event, you want to listen for you, right? Listen for what you need to get out of it. Not trying to understand what someone's projecting. So Landmark is, so for me personally, there's multiple different ways of personal development, and every single one is incredibly valuable, and every single one is going to touch you and work with you in different areas, right? So there's our reading, which every one of us should be doing daily, consistently, right? There's audiobooks, which we should be plugging into all the time. There's even music personal development, right? Like you've got to think about, there's times I'm at the gym and I'll have like my headphones in and it'll be like talking about like broke ass gonna go freaking spend my lunch money on booze for the weekend. I'm like, why is this in my, like that is what we input into our brains, into our mindset is very powerful. There's also seminars. I'm getting some feedback, Nikki, so I think I'm just gonna mute you quick. Mute there. Okay, so there's also seminars, and Landmark would be a seminar. So when you guys think of when we go to LDWs and STSs, we get that kind of training, we get that kind of in-person, formal, face-to-face personal development. Landmark is basically just straight on personal development. There's no way around it. If you want to look in the mirror and really see what you need to work on and get some dirty nitty gritty, this is what Landmark is all about. So you need to first off be prepared to really do the work. You really got to do the work. This isn't like some like fluffy yoga weekend retreat that you get to go and fluff some pillows and feel good about yourself. You really get to do the work. And so my husband and I have done the Landmark Forum. We did that last year in LA. And the forum, you guys, the best way that I can explain it is it basically breaks open your toolbox of language. Everybody's born with a certain set of tools that they're given in communicating with others. How we receive communication and how we give communication, right? So we all have, whether you know it or not, or can see it in yourself, you have a certain story that you live in. So there's certain things that our family and our friends and we ourselves do that we're just so programmed in here that of course that's what they do because that's what they always do, and this is how life is. This is how we respond to things. This is how we connect with people. This is what happens, right? Because that's who that person is, or that's how I am, or this is that loop, right? If you find yourself stuck in a loop of things that seem to keep happening over and over and over again, Landmark will use the phrase that it's a story, right? We're writing our past into our future through stories that we're writing. And so Landmark really helps give you basically more tools to be able to see those stories, take yourself out of the stories, and create a new life for yourself. So that is the forum is really about working on yourself and who you get to be, right? So not taking someone, my daughter throwing a temper tantrum over a broken crayon does not mean I'm a bad mom. But so often we get stuck in the circle of my daughter's not behaving and this is all going on, which is we internalize as a reflection of who we are. And so that Landmark forum really allows you to create a separate break on people are doing what they're doing because that's what they're going through. And I get to choose who I'm going to be in this situation versus how I react or how I respond or, that reflex. You get to then empower yourself on how you get to be in a situation and who you get to be for others. So the forum really breaks that down. I'll tell you, it's saved many of my relationships. It's allowed my husband and I, while it allows us to work on things, it also allows us to work on things because now you don't get to, we don't get to pull stories over each other's heads anymore, right? I'm like, no, you don't get to play that game with me. So it really gives you clearer communication with people. This last weekend, we went down to Calgary and we did the advanced forum. So the advanced course, again, it's a 3-day course for people that live an active life. Sitting in a chair for 14 hours a day for 3 days straight really kills your legs, but that's okay. The advanced course is, Nikki, I'm going to tell you, you need to go do it. The advanced course, you guys, is at the next level. So when it talks about everyone winning, and I will be flat out honest with you guys, and I'm going to share with you that it was a brutal course for myself. Like, my team members in my group, they didn't know what to do with me because that self-reflection of how there's two sides to everything. And just as much good you can create in the world, you can also create bad, right? So just as much as your actions can positively impact somebody, how are your actions negatively impacting them as well? And the ripples that we get to make with that. And you really get to see those ripples and how they contribute and what you get to do in the world in a group setting. So it's really empowering group. It's really empowering everyone winning and really making a stand for people we get so trapped in stories about not standing up for people or not digging our feet in because we don't want to be, I'm going to be honest, we don't want to be the bitch, right? We don't want to, I don't want to rock the boat. I don't want to cause any problems. I don't want to do that stuff. And so I'm going to share you guys like an example of something that I've taken into action coming out of that. And it's not like Landmark works on all realms. So I'll share something that's been created in my life for that. And then you guys can, then that I'll leave it there. So coming out of Landmark, I really got clear on the stand we get to make for people in really fighting for them, right? And not living in a world of judgment. So just a neutral example of something that's going on is I actually reached out to the pastor in our church. Because often in our church, we've gotten to this place where I remember years ago, if you weren't in church, you got a phone call or the elders showed up or something. People cared. Like, why aren't you here? What's going on? And then somewhere in our life, it got changed to, well, you're judging me because I'm not there. Or, you know what I mean? All of a sudden, it's like, I'm a bad person because I didn't go to, and that created this, now we don't stand for each other. So people can just fall off the face of the earth and we haven't seen them in weeks and nobody wants to call. Nobody wants to reach out because we don't want them to feel judged. We don't want them to feel like they've done something wrong, versus coming from a place of, I actually care and I hope everything's okay. Are you guys sick? Is there something going on in your family? You know, did you have to end up work? Did you lose your job? What happened? And so I actually reached out to the pastor and said, I want to be a church that stands for each other. Right? So I am Christian, so I'm sharing this because it's not business related, but it gives you, I hope it gives you guys an understanding of, like, for me, it empowered me that I want to be that person that stands for someone even when they can't stand for themselves. Right? So we've all got those friends. We've all got those things. We've all got that family stuff that's going on. And we're just going to keep our mouths shut and just watch it happen and watch the struggle because we don't want to be the person to rock the boat. When in the long run, that means we're just as much contributing to the failures and the pain and the suffering because we didn't speak up when we had the opportunity to. And Landmark gives you that freedom to see the true positive impact you can make in the world and the authentic person that you can become for others. And you guys, it's powerful. It's so powerful. So I would definitely suggest you guys look up some seminars, even if Landmark isn't in your area. Nikki can talk to you about it. I'll tell you, it comes if you want to go far in this business. When we did our forum, if you guys follow any Herbalifers, we did our forum. Jill Addy was there with us. Celeste Richmond was there with us. Karen Jones was there with us. Doing the course in LA, there was about 8 presidents team from the Addy organization that joined us on recognition night for graduation. So, and all their teams were down in there. So a lot of the Addy so our team, it's something that's really powerful in creating leaders, creating a freedom in your brain to release you from all of those doubt, from all of that, those stories and nightmares and fears and all those things that we get trapped in. Landmark frees you from that. So it was a very, very powerful course. I'm excited to take action, make a stand for all of you guys, make a stand for what you believe in and who you get to be, because everybody wins. Everybody wins. That's the truth of it. That's what Landmarks really helps you see, is that everybody gets to win, because when we all win, we all win. And that's it. It was great.
Yay. I was waiting to hear back from on your little takeaway there. I love it. Yes, I have done the forum. I have yet to do the advanced because, well, I have to find one that's close to us. I think it's Chicago. It's where I went last time. I went by myself, had a weekend away, all by myself, did the forum all by myself, and stayed and we were there till late. I get back in the room and I would have to, they tell you not to take notes. You are not to take notes during the Landmark forum. So I'm sitting here trying, I had to sneak notes, in all honesty. I had to sneak some notes because there were such good takeaways from it that I'm like, I gotta remember this. And there's so many things. And then I was able to just take it all in. So awesome. I love it. Let's go over some quick goals and then we'll definitely end out the call. So takeaways, actions, goals. What do you want to do this month to help you track your goals? Do you know your goal? There's a couple different things. Some of you might be like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And you might be feeling new. So she's already got her list going of her goals. Awesome. Purpose. Okay. So let's go. Does anyone come off mute? If not, I'm just going to totally start popcorning people. Who's going to do it? Anyway.
I'll go.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Actually, gotta start filling out. Everybody got some new customers this month. So, goal for June is 7,500 volume points. I've done my house up. So my house is down there on the bottom. That is being created with 1,000 personal volume points. So that's our personal consumption in the home. 10 new customers. So that's 1,500 volume points there. Through my ambassadors, so all my VIP preferred members, which you guys would call them, there's 2,000 volume points there. Reorders of first line clients is 1,500. Working with new coaches, we're looking at 1,000 volume points, and then minimum 500 out of the club, which will get us to 7,500. So then I've gone in my sheet here and I've created my space for 10 new customers. I've already got one, so I got to write Sarah Porter in there. I also have one ambassador reorder, so I got to write them in there. And then so I've got the coaches working with their clients, the new customers. I've created space 1 to 10. I've already written out the numbers. All now I got to do is fill in the name. So it's creating that there, and then the reorders. So those are my goals all mapped out for the month.
Awesome. See, she wrote it on paper. It makes me so excited.
I'm actually getting whiteboards too because I want them.
I love the whiteboard thing.
Yeah, I was going to do it on my bathroom mirror.
Fan. Yeah, I usually write on my mirrors too. And I'm like, I should probably like transfer this to, I don't know, like, draw boards. All right, who's next? Who's next? Come off or I call on you? I know she's looking at me. Erica, go. Give me the funky eyeballs. Go for it.
I should hide my face. So I was super close to 2,500, I think. I mean, I was a couple hundred off, but I'm going to hit it this month. Going for 10 new clients, 2 to 3 preferred members. I have a couple I'm going to offer this week. Successes. I brought 2 new friends with me from work, which is.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear
40
you.
minutes to come see us.
Oh, you're good. You're good. You had 2 new people to work out. That you cut out. Your voice did.
Oh, yeah. From work. So that's, they always say, I want to come work out with you, but it's so far away. So they actually made the drive and they're going to come once a week, start off, and they're loving it. My second client to lose 30 pounds contacted me yesterday. So super cool for that. And I'm off zero. Yay.
Yay, off zero. Awesome. We love the off zero. I love it. Awesome deal. All right, let's go. Let you popcorn. I'll let you popcorn.
Oh, let's see. Let's hear from Beth.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello. So I had my first trial pack last month. She hasn't been able to order yet due to money situations, but she does intend to order. She's been coming to the club. She's been doing jump fit and drum, so she's been having a lot of fun. I have another person that's interested that has been to a class that she says she wants to do a trial pack, but she has not committed yet. But hoping to develop both of them, get both of them in as customers, and hopefully start 2 more.
Perfect. I love it. So you being new with those clients and depending, and working with them, especially if they order like right off, like I usually try to duplicate what a trial is going forward with their plan. That could easily almost even get you your 500 volume points for this month because it's still the very beginning. And if you work with them without hounding, because we don't want to hound, we're not selling, but we want to touch base. We want to also build that relationship with them. So I know your girls. So they come, and if you need help, whether it's Nicole or myself, and you or even Erica or anybody who's there that's kind of been doing it, you can always utilize us and utilize anyone here on the team and says, hey, so-and-so has the same problem, or even if they want to start a Formula One healthy meal by itself because of the income, at least give them a healthy meal. That's even a start. So that's an option. So never forget that a healthy meal is always an option just by itself.
Awesome.
Yay.
Thank you.
Super excited. Okay, go ahead, popcorn out.
Let's do Nicole.
Come on off, man.
Hello. So I actually showed Nikki my list this morning that I had all laid out. So my goals right now are really more personal development goals. I kind of plateaued. I kind of quit focusing on me. And so my goals this month really go back to the basics of just focusing on me, to kind of get more people in. So I have things like taking some instructor courses. So that's a little out of my comfort zone. I'm going to do some step instructor, core and functionality, fitness and nutrition classes. I do have things like one new PM for the month, 5 new customers, 1,000 in Volume Point. The big thing for me right now is to write my story. What is my why, so that I can remember why did I start all of this? Because for me, it wasn't about selling the product. It was about what it was doing for me. And I kind of got away from that. So right now, it's a lot of personal development and going back to the basics for me.
We have this wheel, okay, this wheel of all the things. And when all the beginning starts with your results. If you have problem getting clients, get new results. If you have problem turning clients into distributors or preferred members, get more results. Like, it's always about getting more results, get new results. And it's not, it's just, that's a big way. That's probably the biggest way that you can focus on yourself outside of mentally, our whole mindset is focusing on more results, more results, more results. Because if you can't continue to do something new for you, you can't really help anyone else get new to do it. So awesome. All right, let's touch base. Ruth, go for it. Give us a quick goal. We might get cut off, so we're gonna hurry up and get through this. Tell me something.
So my plan this month is to have 2 preferred members and 5 new customers. I actually have an appointment tomorrow evening with one of my clients. I'm going to offer her the preferred member, and she's brought me 3 new clients that I with tomorrow.
Love it.
So that is my goal there. Also, personally, getting back in the gym since I think I'm halfway healed. So we'll see how that goes. And then the food prep classes, the date that I picked isn't going well, but I've had a lot of people private message me. It's like, hey, can we meet one-on-one? So I've actually been letting, because it's people I know, come to my house, and I've been meeting with them.
Love it.
And so it's not the big group that I was wanting. It's not as much, but it's a start. So, and if I ever do go bigger, then I do have a location to do the meal preps at.
Awesome. Love it, love it, love it. Congrats. Tasha, throw us a couple goals for yourself, successes. She successfully accomplished her first bar class. Super exciting. Tell me some goals for this month.
To survive, I'm finishing my big birthday weekend of everybody in my family having a birthday. My mom, husband, and daughter, all today. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea.
Let's just do this. So when you get a few minutes, comment on the video when we post the recording, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Awesome job tonight. I hope that made sense with the goals. I hope that you find something. Take pictures of what you're going to do. Like, as far as like, here's how I'm tracking things. Take some pictures, throw them on our page. Let's kind of like stay communicated this month. Let's make that a really big goal for everybody to help really support each other and asking for that help and telling us what works, what doesn't work, all that other stuff. So utilize the team page. Those of you that are watching the recording, post your goals, comment, let us know that you've watched this recording. That's all I got. I hope you all have a fantastic evening and week. We will see you guys next weekend, Sunday night, same time. We'll be here. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.